Welcome back to my channel. My name is Chaz Kayado, and the topic of today's discussion is my Khan Academy review. So the reason I wanted to do this review is I personally use Khan Academy as a teacher, and I just wanted to give some feedback on just different options for teachers to use in terms of software or programs or curriculum that they can use in their classroom. And I'm hoping that this review can help determine if you should look into Khan Academy. So first, what is Khan Academy? It's a website that is dedicated to creating content and curriculum for students in bite-sized fashion, so that way they can attempt to try to master a topic. So there are lots of different courses that are available on Khan Academy. You have math courses, you have history courses, you have personal finance courses, anything, science, whatnot, anything you can imagine that is a high school course, and I do believe there also are middle school courses there as well. Don't quote me on that because I don't teach middle school, but I do believe there are some on there as well. So you have tons of different options in terms of, whatever type of teacher you are, there should be a corresponding course to whatever class you teach. And so what you would find in these courses, oftentimes, almost every single module that you'll go through will have a video that will be explained, usually by Sal Khan himself, which will go over the topic at hand. So let's say it's a math, if it's a math module, he's going to break down some sample problems. If it's a history module, he'll actually just go over the history. He uses a lot of visuals. So if you have students that are visual learners, this is probably a really great resource that you can add to your curriculum. There's some pretty detailed videos. One thing that I like about Khan Academy as well is there is a comment section under all of the videos for each module. So what you'll often see is, there'll be a video on something that'll be explained, but then if for some reason something wasn't well explained, or if something needs a little bit more clarification, someone will put a comment underneath, and there are generally hundreds of these comments. So you can go and you can try to find a comment that either answers what type of question you have. So it's good. There's just a lot of interaction between the people that use that, and I like that because sometimes, especially if I'm learning a topic that maybe I'm not personally familiar with, what I'll do is I'll go and I'll look at the comment section, and I'll try to get an idea of what's going on. So now, some of the one of the drawbacks with the way it's done is it is presented in the way that Khan Academy wants to present it. So it doesn't necessarily always align with exactly how you may have set up your curriculum for the year, or if you use any specific program or curriculum guides, it may not follow exactly with what you're doing. So you won't necessarily be able to just use that as a resource unless for some reason you have an elective class where you don't have a specific curriculum guide. Then this might be a great tool to base the majority of your of what you're doing in class. So now, not all content may be covered. So you may be missing, like, let's say it's world history. I'm just throwing this out there, not saying this is the case. Let's just say it's world history, and there is a people group that you want to really study, but maybe there's not a video on that people group. Or, and this happens in some of the math courses, where there may be certain parts of the math courses that don't go in depth, or maybe even skip some smaller things, and it may leave students a little wanting in terms of full mastery of the topic at hand. Um, but overall, it's great for supplementing regardless. Even if you don't want to use this as the main way to get through the material in your course, it's still amazing for substitute, for changing up things in class and supplementing what you do. There is also an AI chatbot known as Conmigo that's available. I have used it a little bit, but not I haven't used it a ton, so I can't really go into depth on it. But for those that may be interested in looking into that, it's called Conmigo, and that is available. So one of the other downsides is I do note that there are sometimes outdated information and sections, or particularly, so I teach personal finance, and there is some confusion because there is a personal finance course, and then there's also a financial literacy course where one's newer, and it covers a lot more material, but the old one's still there, and it had created some confusion in my class because my class was known as personal finance, but that's not the one that we used. You do need to go and double check. Make sure that the content that you're looking for has been updated recently, if it requires updating. Obviously, algebra hasn't changed in a long time, right? So you don't need to worry about if some of that stuff has changed. But if you notice that there may be overlapping courses, you may want to see maybe one of those courses is older, because that was my personal experience. But overall, I feel it's worth your time. I think that it's definitely something that every teacher can take a little bit from. And here's something: sometimes we can't get what we have in our head across to our students, and finding someone else, like a website that has videos like this, can benefit the students, because maybe they'll hear it in a different way, and it will help some of those ideas click. So, well, thank you guys for listening to my Khan Academy review. If you have any questions or comments, please put it down below. Thank you.